Hear me out. Georgie and Mandy's divorce should happen in First Marriage Season 2 because as much as fans wanted to see them happy and thriving together, it is becoming clear that this relationship may be running on borrowed time, and dragging it out could weaken the very premise of the Young Sheldon spin-off. The Big Bang Theory universe has always thrived on portraying characters in ways that reflect both humor and heartbreak, and while Georgie and Mandy's wedding in Season 1 of First Marriage brought an emotional payoff for fans who watched them struggle for years, their story now risks losing momentum unless the writers embrace the reality that not all young marriages are built to last. Season 2 needs to tackle that hard truth head-on, and their divorce could become the storyline that pushes the show from just another sitcom spin-off into a genuinely layered dramedy that people will take seriously. Georgie has always been a character who wore responsibility with reluctance, but in First Marriage he has been pushed into adulthood much earlier than he was ready for. Mandy, older, wiser and more practical, entered this marriage not entirely out of romance but out of necessity and stability. The uneven ground they started on never fully healed, and that tension has only grown. They may share a daughter and deep care for one another, but love and compatibility are not always the same thing for the series to reflect authenticity, especially given its setting in the late 1990s and early 2000s, when young marriages often collapsed under financial and emotional strain. Divorce is the natural next chapter. First Marriage Season 1 already leaned heavily on Mandy's sacrifices and Georgie's fumbling attempts to prove he could step up, but this dynamic quickly risks becoming repetitive. Season 2 could benefit from a shakeup that comes not from artificial sitcom antics but from the fallout of a real-life issue. Divorce would allow the writers to explore single parenting, generational clashes, and how family loyalty is tested when love falters. For Georgie, it could mark the moment where he stops being a boy forced into fatherhood and actually begins the journey of becoming a man who takes accountability. A split would allow his character to shed the perpetual underdog label and grow into someone who either learns from his mistakes or tragically repeats them. In either case, the story gains more depth. Mandy too deserves this narrative shake-up. While she has been patient, supportive and fiercely protective of her daughter, she has also been portrayed as constantly settling for less than she deserves. By showing her choose independence, even if it means breaking from Georgie, the series could empower her in ways sitcom wives rarely, or she would no longer just be the mature figure keeping